Hello everyone, today I'm going to be randomly discussing conspiracy theories and to my thoughts in regards to conspiracy theories. I did want to take a fan request who wanted me to discuss another topic. Excuse me. But unfortunately I am unable to do that at this time because I want to have a better compilation of things that I can discuss in regards to that topic. So it might be a while until I finally can do that request, but I hope to do it sometime soon. But now I am just going to discuss conspiracy theories as a alternative for this week and give you a sense of what I feel in regards to the topic and the things that surround conspiracy theories. Now, I think, at least from a historical perspective, conspiracy theories have been around for a while, and they have probably been evolving over the years. However, I would say that in regards to the United States, I think conspiracy theories really started getting a recognition, unlike before, when the Kennedy assassination occurred, because that seemed to be the one that a lot of people were suspicious of and were spending time investigating, and it was fairly open to sort of the public. So it kind of, in a historical perspective, has been around for some time. I guess I would say it's become more current because, again, information has been sort of easier to gather and apparently leak because, again, we've seen numerous occasions now where information that has been sort of classified has been sort of submitted out to the public. So, ultimately, I think this has contributed to sort of the rise of conspiracy theories and the rise of people questioning authority, questioning various circumstances that ended up occurring and what was actually involved. And I think a lot of people like conspiracy theories because not only is it a source of, higher thinking, because again, you're trying to think beyond the circumstance and what maybe could have happened, but it's also a form of generating controversy, generating conflict, and it's almost like it's almost like a possible scenario to something, but we can't really be 100% sure, although there might be strong evidence leading to one side of a conspiracy theory that could be true and maybe some part that could be false. So conspiracy theories are just kind of crazy at times, and sometimes they can be a little bit maybe more grounded. They just sort of vary. But I think it's sort of a means of searching for more and trying to gather things together and put things together in a way that shows that there's a conspiracy and believing in that conspiracy. And then sometimes, though, when people try to put things together and form sort of a conspiracy, sometimes things don't really add up or don't really make any logical sense, or don't provide a significant amount of evidence, so it's difficult for anybody to really ultimately buy into the conspiracy theory. And it's difficult because conspiracy theories are theories. That is to say, you could put them in maybe the scientific term, like maybe this is really what ended up happening, and this is ultimately the closest thing that we have to the truth. And there's maybe theories that are just theories, and that were collected over a significant amount of time that ended up resulting in some kind of discovery, and therefore involved a possible conspiracy to do X, Y, or Z. So, again, it's an interesting topic, conspiracy theories. I think they are enjoyable in the sense that it allows us to look at things and say, hey, maybe this actually did happen. Maybe this was something that actually occurred, and and what we've been really told is not necessarily true. But the thing about conspiracy theories, at least for me, is I always feel like they kind of go into the question of the God question as to whether there is a God. Is this conspiracy theory true? And you almost can't really say for certain sometimes as to whether or not a conspiracy theory is true, because you have one side of the argument that says, no, this conspiracy theory is not true, and they'll provide evidence that supports this, and then you'll come back with people who claim to believe in the conspiracy and put their evidence onto the table. And really, this ultimately doesn't end up creating a sense of what the real truth is, because maybe ultimately the real truth can't be discovered. And I think that's the fascinating thing about conspiracy theories is that they don't really answer the truth as much as they allow us to maybe get closer to the truth, or they can steer us in a completely different direction that wasn't necessarily the way we wanted our thinking to go. And I think that there's a lot to be discovered and held in regards to conspiracy theories. I think there is some elements to conspiracy theories that appeal to people because of just how ridiculous some of them are, and then also to the fact that there is this shocking possibility of how things tie together, and this can lead people to believing that there is a conspiracy, but maybe it might just be coincidental. But it's kind of like a science almost. It's almost like searching for answers, and then, okay, this is what we have in regards to our conspiracy. And it may be a theory in a scientific sense where, we have the thing that's the closest to the truth, or it might just be a theory that does not have a whole lot of evidence backing it, and, there's still things that could come and counter the conspiracy. So it goes back and forth. So it's really hard to say with conspiracy theories as to whether or not there are certain aspects of it that make it truer or more accurate to what actually happened, or they can just be completely off kiltered and completely ridiculous. So it's difficult, because I think there's a lot of people out there who feel that they know the truth, and that they know what happened, and that they can, tell the world about it. But I think there's something, though, to conspiracy theories that still leaves the I don't know question in there, because ultimately we can never really know the truth. It's sort of like an it's a unprovable hypothesis, so to speak. It's kind of like the God question, is there a God, is there not a God? There's maybe no real answer that we can ultimately say. Did it happen in this way? Did so-and-so do this to so-and-so? Did so-and-so conspire with so-and-so? was so and so with so and so when this happened. So there's a lot of things that I think conspiracy theories do that involve people thinking, but I think sometimes that thinking can go beyond the realm of uh, what is maybe feasible or possible, because sometimes people like to tie things together that they think could be provable evidence, but really don't bring a lot of value or um, a lot of uh, proof to the theory. So it's sort of I guess a mixed bag. So I guess that would be my conclusion in regard to the conspiracy theories. I think they're funny. I think they're interesting at times. And do I necessarily believe in conspiracy theories? Is almost like asking me the God question. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll never know, because they really are within the theories category. It might mean that they might be the closest thing to the truth. It may mean that they just have some evidence for something that possibly could have happened, but they don't really know. So I like how there's really no conciseness with conspiracy theories. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just kind of looking at the evidence and questioning what could be possible. And I think that's what really fascinates people about conspiracy theories, um, and what road they take. But ultimately, I think that's really all I can say about the topic. It's pretty straightforward, conspiracy theories. If you're interested in conspiracy theories, I would suggest watching Jesse Ventura's conspiracy theories. They're kind of enjoyably funny and ridiculous at times, and somewhat also somewhat insightful and interesting too. And again, it sort of comes in at the end with everything that says that answers things through the God question. Like, we don't know. But I think sometimes Ventura will make sort of conclusions and say what he ultimately believes in. But I think he still leaves it pretty open-ended for people to sort of make up their mind. And I'm sure there's people who do really believe in certain conspiracy theories, and I'm not saying that you don't have any valid point, and I'm not saying those that counter your argument don't have any valid point either, but I think there's just a lot to be explored, and who knows, maybe over the years we'll develop more information, and gather more information, and maybe more information will be available to the public and will result in us maybe getting closer to something that may be truthful or provide any sort of valid argument into what exactly happened in a certain scenario. So again, it's sort of hard to explain as to whether or not I believe in a conspiracy theory, because I think it's not so much of me believing it as is just looking at the possibilities and saying, hey, yeah, maybe it could have been true, maybe it could not have been. And I always walk away with I don't know. I mean, because there's always like these counter arguments, and then you get even more confused as to whether or not there's a certain amount of evidence that supports or denies a certain things. So it's just a lot of information being thrown at you. But I think they still hold some value to us. And they're kind of an entertainment. I mean, they kind of provide some entertainment value for people, because they take things that maybe actually happened and say, hey, maybe there was something more to this story, and maybe there was something there that we need to focus on. And I think that ultimately just comes down with the evidence, and sometimes conspiracy theories I don't think hold a lot more, don't hold as much water as some others. So it's really hard to say, but I think ultimately, though, that's really all I can say in regards to the topic. But if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, and, would like to share their thoughts in regards to conspiracy theories, I'd be more than happy to hear you out on that topic. I think it's a very it's very strange, the conclusions sometimes. However, I think some do have some significance and maybe can be looked more into and explored. But I think they hold a lot to our culture, I think, within America in regards to questioning authority and questioning certain things that we've been told and so on and so forth. So, but if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I'd be more than happy to answer them. But I think that's really all I can say. And I hope to see you all next week. Thank you all so much for watching.